Hello and welcome back to Pixel Does. If you ever see me wearing this shirt in real life, be sure to ask me how I like Veil. You'll get a great story out of it. But this should be episode 3. It's taken forever, I know, but we are going to show you how to make kombucha tea. This isn't going to be a definitive how-to by any means. I'm literally just going to make tea really fast and throw some stuff together, and we'll see how it works. So let's go ahead and take a look at the ingredients we're going to use. To complete this project, we're going to need the following items: a stock pot, 1 gallon of distilled water, a gallon glass jar, white vinegar, black tea, a thermometer, some sugar, a measuring cup, and most importantly, a SCOBY with starter tea. Step 1 is to wash and sanitize your fermenting vessel. You want to make sure you use white vinegar and not bleach. That way you won't damage your SCOBY. So we're going to go ahead and wash this guy out. Okay, step 2 is going to be to heat the water. You don't need to actually boil it, it just needs to be hot enough to dissolve the sugar in it. And also, since we're making a gallon, I've been told you don't need to heat the whole thing. You can only heat like half of it or something like that, and then you pour it in there, and then when you pour in like the room temp water, it'll help it cool down faster. So we're going to do that now. So while we're waiting for the water to boil, we're going to go ahead and measure out our sugar. For this gallon, we're going to need a cup of sugar. They say to use cane sugar and not, I guess not the junk that you normally buy that's white for baking. And let's see here. Eek. And this is basically the food for your SCOBY. And since we're still waiting for water to boil, we need 8 bags of tea for this gallon. We're using black tea. You can use green tea or whatever, but we're just following the basic recipe. So 8 bags, ready to go. Okay, so now that the water is hot enough, we're going to pour it in our jar, and we will let the tea brew for a little bit. Okay, so 5 minutes have gone by, and now we're going to just add the rest of the water to it to try and cool it down. We have a little candy thermometer in here so we can check the temperature, and once it gets down around 75-80 degrees, we'll add the SCOBY to it. I'm starting to think I have too much water. Alright, so I wore my other Colorado t-shirt to try and maintain some semblance of continuity here. But we let the tea settle down overnight, so now that we're back to room temperature, we're just gonna cut open our little starter bag here and try and get the SCOBY and as much of this starter fluid in here as we can without. So you're supposed to cover it with something that's breathable, that won't let bugs in. This actually came with the jars I ordered, so that was pretty convenient. There we go. So it takes about a week from here, so we'll check back in a week once it's done. We gotta store it somewhere out of this direct sunlight and heat so it doesn't get too hot and doesn't go too fast. And I'm probably gonna put a towel under it because that looks like that might spill at any second. So anyway, hopefully maybe you learned something. If not, that's okay too. And we'll see you next week, hopefully.